Today marks another important day for us, and it is my pleasure. Coordinator, can you mute the others? There is somebody who is not muted and the voice keep coming. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculties, and our respected colleagues, students. Good afternoon once again. It is my pleasure to welcome you warmly to the 16th edition of the ATU Library Webinar Series. For me, this is a platform that continuously serves as a beacon of enlightenment, as a beacon of empowerment and engagement for our academic community. I am very happy to remember that very recently I was the speaker in the previous series when we were talking about academic witchcraft version 2. And I'm happy how this actually elicited quite interesting academic debate. It is my belief that we'll be having a version 3 in the future. Today's webinar themed Reclaiming Lost Opportunities on Campus, Reflect, Rest, and Build, for me is both timely and very transformational. University life presents us with countless opportunities, academic, social, and professional in nature. Yet, as we navigate through its complexity, it is not uncommon to face setbacks, to miss certain chances, or to feel sometimes overwhelmed by challenges. That is how academic life is. However, what defines us is not the missed opportunities, but how we respond to it. And I want to insist on this sentence again. What defines us as academics is not the missed opportunities, but how you respond to these opportunities. The world is changing, and our response to those changes determine our future. We are privileged today to have in our midst Professor Gideon Helegbe. I think I'm right with the name. He will lead today's discussion into a very interesting topic. With his wealth of knowledge and experience, I believe that he will equip us with the right mindset, the practical tools and strategies to turn our setbacks into stepping stone for success. So whether you are a student seeking to maximize your academic journey, whether you are a faculty member aiming to support and inspire the webinar, today is an opportunity for you to reset, to rethink, and to rebuild. As you reflect on the theme, which I think is very intuitive, of reclaiming lost opportunity, it is also important to consider the evolving role of libraries in higher education. The space, the tertiary ecosystem is changing, and the digital era is bringing, tremendous changes. And so in this digital era, libraries are no longer just physical spaces for books and quiet studies. With the rise of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and digital repositories, libraries are transforming into dynamic learning hubs, offering AI-driven research assistance, access to vast digital archives, and interactive learning tools. This is where the world is moving. At Accra Technical University, we are committed to ensuring that our library remains a pillar of academic excellence by embracing this advancement. The future of education lies in our ability to integrate these innovations while preserving the integrity of knowledge and critical thinking skill. Because be careful, if you are not careful, some of these new tools will take away from us our critical thinking ability, which is rather important for our survival. Again, at Accra Technical University, we are committed to fostering an environment where every student and staff members can thrive, no matter the challenges they may have faced in the past. I therefore encourage you all to actively participate in today's webinar, take note and engage in discussion that will help reshape our approach to seizing opportunities moving forward. Let us embrace this session with an open heart, open mind, and a willingness to learn, for today's reflection can lead into tomorrow's triumphs. With that, I officially declare the webinar open, and I thank you all for listening, and I wish you all an insightful session. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amavi Akapovi. Professor, thank you so much. So next we'll have our speaker, Professor Gideon Kofi Helegbe. He is a highly respected academic and the former Vice Dean of the School of Medicine at the University of Development Studies. He currently leads the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Medicine and possesses over 20 years of experience in teaching and research. As a biochemist, Professor specializes in malaria and infectious diseases, and he has made significant contributions to the field through his authorship of 2 books and more than 40 peer-reviewed publications. His expertise is further recognized through his role on various boards and committees, and he serves as an external examiner for universities both within Ghana and internationally. He is also the current chairman of the Ethical Review Board at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. In addition to his academic accomplishments, Professor Helegbe is an avid sportsman with a keen interest in reading and sightseeing. His dedication to both his field and personal pursuits exemplifies a well-rounded and committed professional. We could not have found any better person to lead this discussion than Professor Gideon Kofi Helegbe. Prof, over to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you please hear me?
Good afternoon. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll learn if I can put on my camera. Yeah. Great. Thank you very much. And then, it's a pleasure and honor to be part of this webinar series. And the last time I met Professor Akapovi, I think he came to Tamale. We met, we had a chat, and I promised coming.
I remember.
Back to ATU, but I'll come, Prof. Don't worry. Yes. Yeah. Great. So I just want to share the slide, and then we take it from there. I hope we can all see the slide.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. So I excited to be part of this, and then to share with my younger colleagues opportunity to listen to reclaiming lost opportunities on campus, where we've got to reflect, research, and rebuild. And like I said, my name is Gideon Helegbe of the School of Medicine, University for Development Studies, Tamale. And I know, can you see the next slide?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So my presentation take this format. I'll introduce the subject for today, and then the issue of lost opportunity, what it is, and then how what we have to do, and then focus on the 3 R's. What do we need how to appreciate over the way forward, and also conclude the discussion. Like Professor Akapovi said, this topic that is very relevant, and I think I side with him, especially for us students who are listening, and I believe we are all from year 1 up to the final year, and we are transitioning from campus life to the real world. And as we listen to make us make use of opportunity that will come our way. It may have been lost by years, so having identified something from this talk we will know how to take advantage of them and harness them. And why do we want to make use of this opportunity? Because a lot of opportunity lies ahead. And then as we do that, we will to mentor others. So in sharing, I think we learn so much and then we retain so much. And that will cause unleashing of the potential in us. There's so much potential in us which need to be released for others to benefit. And as we do that, we secure the future and make impact. So by way of definition, what is an opportunity? It's a time or set of circumstances that make it possible for you and I to do something. So a time in your life, either in your first year, your first semester, or your final year, or in a year, or in a month, and a set of circumstances you find yourselves in, either during your activities, during a time you met some colleagues at a party, or some mentors at a program, that make it possible for you to do something. And as you do that, there are three scenarios that can come out of that. One is you may lose that time. You may lose that set of circumstances through no fault of yours, either you were sick or something that happened, or you wasted those opportunities where you were inefficient in managing time. That means that you didn't manage your time very well, or you were not focused enough that the secondary present itself. Maybe you were at a meeting and you met someone from an investing outside, which will take opportunity to interact. So you wasted those opportunities. Then what we all want to learn also is that sometimes you can also take advantage. You harness that time, make use of it, and you make an impact on yourself and the society. Come to the first where you lost or you wasted, then you got to reflect. Not only that, reset and rebuild. I refer to the 3 R's. Rebuild because you were building a certain future, which due to the thing that you lost during the period, you are now rebuilding. So the 3 R's: reflect, reset, and what? Rebuild. Now, so what are the opportunities examples that you have on campus? We have campus events like politics, SRC, NOOKS, class reps, and all that. Here you build leadership skills. If you care to note, most of the politicians you meet today, when they were back in school, they were NOOKS president, SRC president. A couple of them, I know them, they were colleagues in school. And then we find them here now. And what are some of the opportunities? Social events, your year group, maybe your SHS group, or the region that you come from, where you network. And out of that, some will get their future spouses, business partners, and all that. And then there are instances where companies come on campus to recruit. What they do is that they come advertise. Maybe MTN will come and advertise. I remember when we were in school some years back, Lever Brothers came and they brought some people who were students before on campus to come and talk about the company. And out of that, others got network, and then they did the service there, and then they took advantage. Again, your program of study is an opportunity. You take it serious, you make an impact, you get good grades, and then you are there. Then the lecture administrators and other standards you meet. This is where most students miss opportunity. They don't relate with them very well, and they don't get close enough. And then when they want to further their studies or they're looking for a job, then they need recommendation letters. If you miss those opportunities, not relate to them very well, then you have yourself to blame. And then the friends you make, they are also opportunities. So you need to network very well, link with them so that in the future, because if your friend, you relate to them very well in the class or in your room, and some opportunity come elsewhere, you'll be the first you will call. But some of us, we don't take the opportunity to take our friend's email, WhatsApp number, and all, and be in touch. And many more. I can now a study was made where it was realized that about 40% of students are affected when they lost opportunities. And out of that, 50% of graduates that have passed out, again, they become underemployed. They don't get that business or opportunity to get work to do. So it becomes frustrating. And out of that, these factors were realized that what contributed to this is lack of career planning when they were in school, inadequate networking, as I mentioned earlier. Because if you network very well, when your colleague gets an opportunity, something comes, he or she will call you. Okay. Or if a lecturer, you relate with him or her very well, an opportunity comes, say, hey, there's this program, a master's program in Canada, they're looking for somebody like this, he or she will call you. Then again, one of the poor academic performance. Okay, as of that, because these days there are so many students coming out the first class, so if you don't get that group of grades, then you may miss out. Then again, this also an issue that's coming up lately, mental health challenges. And therefore it affects the academic performance of students and also their choice of career become hanging. So these are the situations that I think we need to take note of, and it's very critical on campus these days, and then we need to address them. Now, so out of that, I try to realize that we need to harness this opportunity, and I've created this kind of formula for us, which I want to tease your mind with. So take note of this, that opportunity plus preparedness, what does it give? Opportunity minus preparedness, what do you think will be the outcome? You can be typing your answers in the chat and let me see whether you are making progress. So that will make us more interactive. Okay, so what I'm trying to put across this discussion is to look at what you can focus on and be prepared for opportunity that comes by. Be prepared to focus on this discussion. I think another time we'll look at what we can do about the other aspect. Now, so when you lose an opportunity after reflecting on them, what do you do? A human as we are, you are born to fret. You are born to be anxious. So I will cause remain calm. Very critical. Remain calm, because if you are anxious, you will not be in the right moment to take the best decision that you want to do. And in remaining calm, you've got to reflect. Reflect suggests that review, evaluate your past opportunity that you had, whether it's the first semester, the first year, the second year, or the first 3 years, you have the final year. I deliberately make it 3 times for us to know the emphasis on that. And as we evaluate, no blame game. Be objective as much as possible. When you say, well, it's because of my roommates, we're not cooperative, it's because of this. No, just be objective. And the key point in being objective is that, do you have a plan? Some of them don't have a plan at all. We just go and come. And if you do that way, we don't know what cause that, what might have been the challenge that you face. And he said that without a plan, you will not know what you have lost. Like a blank sheet. But we have a plan for each semester, each week, and you evaluate, you know, oh, it looks like I'm too much focused on watching Man City and Liverpool, and I sleep too much of this, and then you know how to make it. Now, without a plan, as you do that, again, you end up to fear, to worry, and full of anxiety, and you may declare yourself a failure, and that can be very depressing. But what I know that out of that, there are situations where you might not be successful and hopeful, and that should also give a point to leverage on and improve upon it. So having reflected and you saw what was the challenge, the situation, If you didn't have any plan, then means that you need to start making plan. If you are having a challenge in there, seek guidance and what? Assistance from your colleagues or lecturers or your mentors. Now, if you have done that, you've got to reset. What are the initial steps that you have to do? To look at that, let's understand what resetting means. It means that the act of setting something again or anew. So you started doing something else and you want to what? Go back to them and start all over. I don't want to sound political here, but just on this stuff. Now, in resetting, two key things come to mind. You've got to be strong and very courageous, very, very critical. Because if you've done something the previous time, maybe your studies, that you did everything, but you could not make, you lost opportunities with a grades, low grade, and all of that. So if you want to reset, bounce back, you could be frustrated, and you've got to be strong. Now, and very courageous. Let me take my time and explain these keywords. Now, to be strong means what? To be able to withstand the force and pressure of something that will weigh you down. In other words, do not give in. Now, for you to appreciate what this word means to be strong, assuming you have a table or a chair, plastic chair, and you want to put some strong, let's say a heavy item on it, you know that that table will not be able to withstand that weight. So to let it support, you have to do what? Bring some things under it, other some chairs or other support system, so that it can withstand that pressure. Into that, and you also, in order for you not to give into that fear, that anxiety, so that you don't give in, so you can be strong. Because to reset, if you are not strong enough, you will just give up. That I'm not able, I'm not capable. So you need those support system so that you can overcome them. Now, that opportunity and you're able to withstand that due to the support you get from all contexts, you cannot remain there. You need to be courageous. That means what? You're not deterred by the danger or the pain that you had when you were waking up early to study, or adding up certain things to do so that you can make an impact, and maybe doing additional work to support yourself or making other activities. You are not deterred. Okay, you've done that before, you feel you are moving on. That makes you daring. So in resetting, you've got to be strong. Don't give in to that failure that you have. Don't give in to that that keeps reminding you. And you don't remain there. You press on. And despite the pain, despite the danger, you are daring and move on. So even what risk reflecting is evaluate, see the challenge where you felt you were not good enough and you mess up in quote, then the resetting, you have to be strong and courageous. Now, one other thing that I want us to also get to know is that in resetting, all boils down to managing your time. So if you look at the slide that I presented here, what is trying to learn is that in managing our time, it reflects in so many areas. One key thing that you need to look out for, or that will come in managing your time, you need to go persevere. You persevere when things don't go right. And so you develop strategies for really dealing with pressure. Sometimes like taking a walk and exercise and have positive attitude towards failure. Which means that we learn from what our mistakes. You got to persevere. Nothing come that easy. Another way that you can reset in managing your time is task or problem with others. You see, a problem shared is what half solved. Now, some of us, we take on too much and therefore we're unable to manage our time. So it's an opportunity for us to say no to others when short of time. That you be in your room, someone will come, oh, can you leave me here? Or can you do this for me? Well, in National, you want to be malleable and be nice. You also need to know that, look, you cannot just take a short notice. And then one other thing that affects us when we are resetting to manage our time is procrastination. The thing that we are to do now, we say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next. Then they keep piling up. Like I know of some students, when they have the time to study, they will want to wait till the end of the semester. And by then things pile up. They don't know where to start from. And they panic, they fret, they get sick, and then they go to perform. Organize your work to meet deadlines. And then if you achieve goals, why not reward yourself? It could be a chocolate, a film that you attend and watch, or whatever you think will make you exciting. And then later is a time log, which means that write down everything you do in identify areas that waste your time. Times that is more productive. Some people so in the morning, if you know that you make much, you're productive there, then you know that. So you keep a daily journal, okay? And you schedule the money tax for these times. Okay? Then as you do this, it's also good enough to take regular breaks. Get up and move and don't just be sit at one place. And think with the advent of these cell phone, laptops, our screen time takes a lot out of us. And then walk around and refresh your mind. Then it's also good to create habits. Okay, if you do that, you know how things can work for you. With that, you know how to vary them, and then they break the boredom sometimes. And then also to manage your time in resetting, you need to prioritize. Do urgent or important tasks first, not the easy ones. Okay, so wake up a day. Normally, what we do, I will recommend is that the night before you write your thing that you do the next day. So you do that and prioritize them that, well, today I'll meet my supervisor. After that, I'll meet my study mates. We'll do this. And then from there, I have a lecture. So after that, which one do you need to prioritize? And in so doing, it helps you to be efficient. Okay. And know that efficiency and effectiveness are not the same, which means that effective people focus on the important tasks. Then again, you need to avoid distractions, interruptions to your work. And this, the story that I want to share about the student who spent about 3 hours by the book, but effectively it's only about 30 minutes or less than an hour. What's the distraction? Her cell phone. When the phone beeps, she will take a look at the WhatsApp, read it, reply. The next time she will do that. So by the time she studies, the 3 hours that you think she had done effectively, what happens? It's later done. So keep your environment tidy, and then your phone. Get a set time to check your WhatsApp. Maybe after 1 hour of study, I will spend 10 minutes to look at my messages and respond to them. But if every 5 minutes your message beeps and then you want to look at it, then you are not making your time. Then action planning. Set clearly defined goals. You break down into steps and do one task at a time. And your goals must be realistic and achievable. And again, keep a to-do list. And like I mentioned earlier, prioritizing your tasks. And then, like we said in the reflection, review your progress regularly. It can be weekly, daily, weekly, monthly, and then you revise as appropriate and map out several routes to your goal and have a contingency plan that make room for some allowance. Don't be too strict and stringent. That one thing that not happen, then you feel way down and all that. So these are a few things that I want to emphasize on relating to resetting that focus on managing your time. Now, again, I want to also emphasize here that the focus of this discussion is to look at you can build yourself in so you can harness the opportunity that come. Because if you are not prepared and opportunities come, difficult to harness them. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to do, having reflected on issues. Then you reset, then you are taking off where you have to be strong and courage. So you are daring, you are taking advantage of the future. And that brings us to what? Real building. I said real building, not build alone, because you were building and it appears things were not moving on. That you've lost the opportunities. So you are rebuilding. And rebuild leads to growth. And then that growth is not passive. It's an active pursuit that you need to have, which means that you take concrete steps. You have to be active in it. So if you want to rebuild by being disciplined, you need to wake up early and start studying. You need to get involved in this. You don't just sit there and want things to happen. No, it's not a wish game, but an active one. Why is it so? It's all because the present age, where you, the Gen Z guys, find yourself in, the stakes are high. Okay, and therefore you must be on top of the game in this day and age of AI, artificial intelligence, and related machine learning. AI may end up taking up so many opportunities from us. So, but if you yourself are not also building yourself up, you'll be left out of the game. So, in real building, we need to learn from our mentors. This is very key. And who are our mentors? It could be your seniors in the program you are doing, whether it's medicine, whether it's lab tech, whether it's fashion, and so on. And also your lecturers, some that you admire so much. You get close to administrators also, and all other stuff. It could be cleaners, security. And I had this student or in our school where the person turned 7 years or 6 years, he spent 10 years in medical school. This guy never gave up. You're repeating year in, year out. Now, what is unique to all these people? They were on the same campus with other students where others fell and left. They could have lamented that things did not go their way. Okay? They could have lamented, but they said, no, I'm here for a difference. So they persevered. And there were other young people on campus. They might have fallen off along the line. And they didn't allow the current situation and the past define their future. So when you learn from others, it helps you to rebuild very well. Because it means that if other people who seem to have been failing and they bounce back, it also gives you hope in that regard. Now, to rebuild, now the first thing that you are looking out for, identify what you have. Now, in your class, you have intra-class mentoring. And on this story about these two students, one gentleman knew that he was challenging in, I think, arithmetic or so. So he always identified this guy who was good. And what did he do? He will do well to get cook and some food and then invite a friend who will come. As they dine, then he's mentoring him in the arithmetic. Okay. So identify who is strong in the particular area that you are weak. Maybe you're not good at disciplining yourself. Okay, identify. That's why you need to network and able to get that. So that is called inter-class mentoring. And a study was done to show that this helps even their colleagues in the class to get much more impact in their various areas. And of course, they understand each other better and it works much, and it's much more effective than their lectures or so. And the other thing I also want you to identify that your youth is something that you should be proud of. You take advantage and benefit from it. Okay. Which means that you need to identify what makes you unique. In youthfulness, some of us are busy so much and we don't take good care of ourselves. How do you take good care of yourself? One case is to ensure that you care enough, you don't stress yourself too much, and you study your system. Now, there's this friend and I who was saying that I should work hard at my youth. I said, well, that's good enough. but I need to take care of myself. So, I mean, you are a young man. And I said, yes. Then I told him that, look, assuming he had a new car, brand new from the company that he bought it from. Then he's driving. When he sees a pothole, what does he do? Does he, because the car is new, he rush over it? He said, no, he will take his time and go at a pothole. Why do you do that? You want the car to last. I'm just giving scenario here to make us understand that, look, you are full of, and that does not mean that, look, abuse and mess up your youth. You are full of energy and you can last the distance more than us. So take care of that. And you are unique. One thing you need to get to know is that a lot of people have applied to that program that you got. And by you got it. So that makes you unique in that regard. And then the fact that you got admission means that you are intelligent. So these are things that you identify. There are many more. But of course, I just want to focus on these areas. You are intelligent. This don't make you proud, but to make you what? Confident. And that you can make an impact. Now, so what do you focus on? Like I said, focus on this discussion is what area that you have to prepare yourself in so that when opportunities come, you can handle them. Well trained. Some of us, we don't have what it takes. And the when opportunity comes, we miss them. A case in point is that we are not disciplined for our time. We come late for lectures. And you may think we are so many, but the lecturers are seeing, the administrators are seeing. And how do we speak? We speak anyhow. You want to ask a question and you return back. All those things. So it means that you are not trained. You are not well trained. And therefore, when the opportunity comes and they come to the dean or the vice chancellor that they want somebody for this, you ask the HOD, whom do you think? Because you are not well trained, you just talk back to the HOD anyhow. What happens? You miss out. Okay. And one way you can get an opportunity to get what is volunteer. And in this day and age, most of the Gen Z guys, they won't think that they can get money quick. Well, money is good, all right. But there are times when you volunteer. When this is on your CV, that company will know that, look, you have something in you. That even if the company is having tough moments, you'll be there for them. Okay, so volunteer in your department during the holidays, volunteer in whatever group that you may find in, where you can have an impact and you put. Then there are workshops and seminars that are on and off campus. If you read around, they are either on your platform or the department. There are some workshops that are done, maybe one may be on entrepreneurship. Go there and do what? Participate. Okay, go there. As you are doing that, sometimes they give certificates. You take it, you put it down, you enrich your CV. You learn something on IT, how to use AI to address. These days, the students are abusing AI. They don't know how to use it well. You are giving an essay, you just put it into the topic into the AI, it generates for you and you hand over. Of course, we lecturers to also um, scan it with the plagiarism sort of with the AI. If you pop out like that, you are failing. But as you go through how to do those things, the workshop that are done, entrepreneurial skills that are being given, you are learning, you are building yourself for an opportunity. And are you quick to learn? Now, all these are issues that you need to focus on and to add up to improve your CV. And again, I come to that point, take care of your body, what you eat, and also exercise. It's very key. It's very important, and I will not belabor that because if you eat very well, it makes you in good health. And you need in good health to harness the opportunity that comes. So if you are not in good health and the opportunity comes, you may not be able to take advantage of them. And let's exercise. And in road building, again, like I said, we're looking at what you need to focus on so that when the opportunity comes, you can take advantage. And if you look at the right side, you see that some stones are being laid on That's how you also build upon foundation and you get to the point with the top. So we have soft and hard skills that you have to focus on. We have what called good sense. I will go through them and explain them to you. You need to be knowledgeable. You have skills. You and you, you have others. No. Now, what do you mean by good sense? It means having common sense. And common sense is what basic knowledgeable skill that you have to address daily events. A case in point, if you have a common sense, it means that if it's raining, you of course take an umbrella before you go, or you see the weather is cloudy, or you want to take care of a certain machine, you unplug it out before you clean it. Now, this person who was cleaning the blender, and before she was using to blend some tomatoes, but then and the light went off. Then he decided to what? Clean it. He didn't remove he didn't unplug it. Then when she started, the light came on. You can imagine the fingers. And then that's what. So those are the common sense. And how do you get it? Cultivate by learning from experiences. And therefore, be aware of your surroundings and don't escape into gaming or escape from reality. Then you need to be knowledgeable. And what does that mean? See, if you are knowledgeable and opportunities come, you're able to harness them. So it means what? Having acts, information, and skills that you acquire through experience or education. So sometimes you can self-educate yourself online. You read books and you read widely. You take courses. And if you share what you learn, you get to know more. And also you learn from people's experience. That's where you become knowledgeable. Now, being knowledgeable alone is not enough. You need to have to apply them. In applying them, means that you are wise. Okay, so somebody can be knowledgeable, have the facts from experience, or let's say learning from others, reading widely and study, but how to apply that is a challenge. So I mean that in a nutshell, wisdom is what? The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. And how this come about, trying of new things. And in doing that, you apply the knowledge, how to address this situation. And that's the skill that's coming up. And by learning as much as you can, you analyze your experiences and putting your knowledge to the test. So again, if you are wise and you focus and you build on this, when an opportunity comes, you are there and you be recommended. And then unusual ability. It has something that's unique to you. That the capacity to do or of something doing having the necessary power. Unusual ability that separates you apart. To like someone that is very good at maybe cooking very well. You can give that person the same tomatoes, pepper, and all that. The way she will cook, you will have the same thing, but yet you cannot cook that way. Somebody can come to a room and identify an opportunity there. He knows how to arrange the place in a very short time. Somebody is unique. That somebody is unique in public speaking. Someone is unique in, let's say, making a business and all that. And how do you discover this? You can ask your friend. They should tell you what is your main strength or among yourself. They will also ask, they are telling you, you read that there's something that you have. Somebody very good, is very dedicated, committed. Somebody knows how to help others, very good at supporting. It doesn't mean that the person is not good at leadership, but very supportive in that regard. Okay. Another skill that you need to appreciate focus on. And problem-solving skills helps you and me to identify, analyze, and solve problems effectively. And then what are the problem-solving skills that you may require? Active listening analysis. Okay, so some of us, we are there and somebody is talking to us, our mind is somewhere else. Okay, and these are issues, things that some companies require. When you are the representing the company, when you know they have these good listening skills, and you analyze, while the person is done nodding your head, you are making some small comment that shows that you are listening actively. And to contribute to that discussion, you need to research and be creative and communicate it very well to that person. And in problem-solving skills, you must be dependable. Some of us, we cannot be trusted. Something that is a company secret, we let it out. That way, you will lose opportunity. And what's the relevance of having so if you start your own business, an opportunity comes, maybe somebody called you, there's this business deal that is coming, you can quickly think through and say you can solve the problem of identifying a place or someone that you can team up if you don't have the resource, one, the money or the contact. Like there was a time when I was at a conference and I met this pharmaceutical company. It was a conference on infectious disease. So they wanted to link up and come to Ghana on how they can introduce their anti-malaria. So quickly, I had a friend who is a pharmacist. I called him and we had a link. Then later, within some few months, the company contacted us and came to Ghana. And we scout around some places in Accra, some pharmaceutical companies like NS Chemist, Kama Group for companies, and so many others. Okay, so this is how you could solve a problem. I didn't have the pharmacy skills or the profession, but because I knew someone, I linked up, and then that went on. So manage your finances, advance your career, and make a decision, either in the family, in your marriage, and in your company. Now, in rebuilding, are we free from challenges? Again, I was saying that the focus of this discussion is to see areas you can focus on, build upon that, and harness opportunity. That means that you are prepared for that. Now, the mentor that I talk about, they had temptation to give up. Sometimes people didn't understand them, but they built on. So looking at their life will tell you that they will have this activity. Then how many times in building our future have we assumed compromise? And I tell you, it's not too late. Let's come to our senses. And having a tough face, it will come. And what you're not everyone will like us. That's one thing we need to know. Not everyone. It doesn't mean you should be suspicious of everyone, but the knowledge that not everyone will like you, if you chance upon that, it will not be frustrating. You face it and then see how best you can go around it. Now, the other thing that we also want to look out for is the need of recommendation. Is somebody must talk for you. Somebody must. Therefore, the way we live ourselves among our colleagues, our lecturers, our administrators, and all. An example is our mentors. They'll speak for you. And then networking is very key. Okay, network among yourselves in the classroom, in the lecture room, and all. And what you get to know that sometimes somebody may tell you is the connection I have with someone. It's not only the connection, but the attitude that you have. As you're building yourself, those traits will show among your friends, with your teachers, and all that. Because your character traits and the thing you build on will last the distance. But using connection alone may not be. Okay? So, and that will make you last through the seasons. because of what? The discipline that you've had, then hard work and excellence. Then out of that comes the promotion and the growth that you will get. So I come again to this, the formula to harness opportunity. I hope you've started writing the responses in the chat box. Opportunity preparedness. So the preparedness is what I've said earlier, the area that you need to focus on. So it means that if you are not prepared, what will happen? I hope we are making progress in your response. Then in the summary, I have this Ant's Book of Life. And ants are very interesting insects that we need to learn from. And it's in no particular order. I want to just make this that summarize is that ants mind their business. It does not mean you should not care for anyone. Okay. They don't waste their time talking about others, other things. They focus on what they have to do. We spend a lot of time talking about others and focus on other businesses. Ants, on the other hand, mind their business. Teamwork is very key. Everything the ant does is for the benefit of the colony, and they will work until they are done. Okay, and then prepare ahead. In the semester begins, prepare ahead. The year begins. You need to look at that. And then be brave, like I said, when you're researching, be daring. I'll teach you that no matter how terrifying things may look ahead, you should never chicken out. And then hard work matters. They are noted for carrying objects that are bigger than them. So hard work is key. They have sense of discipline. Without a mistake, they march after one another in spirit of accident and a spirit of sharing. They share everything they have. They never eat anything alone. But what do you do? Just around. So this when you are prepared for it, you are going to break through, meaning that you are yielding fruits and you benefit from it. Now, without preparedness, it leads to confusion and what? Disappointment. Confusion and disappointment. And in concluding, I want to say that reclaiming the lost opportunity is possible. However, a lot is dependent upon us. Someone was saying that opportunity loss is gone. Well, I don't think so. If it's gone, you will learn from the mistakes, you rebuild, and you will capture them as they come along. It may be another form. God, it may not end well. On that note, I want to end and thank you for your attention, and then I'm ready for discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. That was a very educative and informative presentation. Indeed, we couldn't have had a better person to lead us in this discussion than Professor Gideon Kofi Hellegbe. He touched on a number of things. He made mention that there are several challenges that befall us in reclaiming and resetting and rebuilding. However, in the midst of all these challenges, Prof is telling us that we should remain calm. We should not be overcome by worry. And we should reflect, which is we should evaluate our situation or the situation we find ourselves, and then proceed to reset. That is, we should be strong to be able to stand any pressure that is thrown at us or is on us. And we should also be courageous and daring to push through. He also mentioned that we need to rebuild. That is, we need to grow, and rebuilding is an active effort we put into ensuring that that growth is achieved. Thank you very much, Prof. And this reminds me of a quote that a lost opportunity doesn't mean it's the last opportunity. A lost opportunity doesn't mean it's the last opportunity. Yes, we may have missed opportunities as students whilst on campus, but there is hope, and that is what I think Prof has given to us today. At this point, if there are any questions, if you have any questions you would want to ask, you can either post it in the chat box or indicate with a raised hand, and then you'll be called upon to unmute and ask your question. Any question from any participant?
Yes, question.
Prof, you can go ahead.
Prof, what advice will you give to students who apparently are not on the right trajectory, yet they are not attending this seminar? They don't have this information. How could they be brought back to rebuild, and then regain lost opportunities? Thank you.
Hopefully, you want to take that, and then we move on to the next question that may be asked. Whilst we wait, we can take another question. Okay, Abaji Felix, until your hand up, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yeah. Hello, sorry, my battery went off, so I'm trying to get back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Are there some questions?
Facilitator, you are muted.
Okay. Prof has asked the question. I don't know, Prof, I don't know whether you heard him.
No, please.
Okay, so Prof's question was, there are some people who feel they are already they're on a bad trajectory, almost like there's very little hope. Maybe say someone in level 400 already has a GPA very, very low, maybe pass. Such person already feels that there's no hope. What are your advice or words for such a person? So that was Prof's question. We will take 2 additional questions and then you can respond to them.
Okay.
That is okay with you.
Okay.
So Abuaje, I saw your hand up. Abuaje and then Alex. Let's take Abuaje. After that, we take that of Alex.
Thank you for the opportunity. So my question is, so how do you like help friends or colleagues that they've gotten to the bottom of giving up at all? Like, it's not like they don't know what it has taken for them to move up in their career. They've gone to seminars, they've listened to advice, but it's like they've gotten to the bottom. So as a student like me, or maybe as a colleague, what are the key words you have to give to these people so that they get back onto stage? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abuaje. Alex, you can unmute and ask your question.
Okay, so thanks very much for this opportunity and for an insightful seminar. Please, my question is, I'm a student. Back then, we used to have this program, career guidance and counseling. But it seems of late, we don't actually see them more often. Hello?
You can ask your question. Go ahead and ask your question.
Of late, we don't see that department more often. They are asked to their work, their career guidance and counseling. Because most of the times, final year student myself, level 400, we might be reading a course that career-wise, maybe when you want to further, you don't know where to actually branch into as to whether to go in for masters or to work and stuff. But then most of the lectures too are not student friendly, so you can't easily approach them to ask even about career pathway. So I don't know what is happening these days
Sorry.
because that department is underused and the lecturers too are not availing themselves much.
Career guidance is currently ongoing. It has started on Monday. I don't know how, but it's going big time on campus. It started just this Monday.
I think on Monday there was a program that was held for students, and I happened to have passed by. Probably and maybe you were not aware, or there's information did not reach you as it should have. But career guidance is very active, and they have a program ongoing. Monday, I witnessed one. So, Prof, if you're available, if you can handle the first two questions.
Okay, good. So thank you. The first one is somebody in the final year and like low GPA, what might he or she do? What I will recommend for such a person, I think it follows with the second question as well. That person should be able to, having noticed that yourself, I will recommend you get to the HOD. Yeah, like what the test speaker is saying that the lecturers are not friendly. I think some will be friendly. Get to that HOD, get to that administrator, and then open up yourself. And we have counseling and placement center as well. You will get there, and when identify your challenge, they will be able to mentor you and take you through. I think that's one thing I've noticed about students. We assume there's no help. We assume there's no. So because of that, we leave ourselves to our fate. I think which is not good enough. So such a person should get to the HOD, speak up. So if you cannot go alone, get a friend whom you can be able to go with and share your concern, and then they will get the counsel and placement center. Because we have experiences where they can guide you. And also, that's one step. And the other one is also your mentors, your senior, and they will help you. And also your class, there are some people who are good. That was intra-class mentoring. These areas that you can focus on and then help you build and start on. The final year can be very, very critical. Because you didn't do well, you think all hope is lost, which I wouldn't want you to take that way. Okay, remain calm. But the more you fret, you make more mistakes, and then your GPA will fall further. Remain calm, get your HOD, get your colleagues, and also the counsel and placement center. I think there's one at the ATU. I don't know whether you're ATU or whether UDS or whatever. They will get you there, and I hope that helps. And then, how do you have friends who are at the bottom? I think first of all, since you know that person is at the bottom, the person may be full of anxiety. Talk with the person and be with the person as a friend, and find areas where the person is lacking. And then if it's a target area, you do that the person. If it's time, that person is not good at discipline, you help the person. You have a frank chat with the person. The person will open up and say, look, I think I spent too much time watching football. I spent too much time. Like I had a case of a student who was into gambling. So it was really affecting the education, that a medical student. So what he did was, He came to me and then we had a chat. So I talked with the mother, and the mother said, look, what I can do to help him, I should go ahead. Okay, what he does was that whenever they give him money, he will go and then do betting, this game. Sometimes he will have to sell his phone and bet. He will become addicted. Okay, so you talk with a colleague and then help him or her. How? One, what areas are you having challenges in? Maybe that discipline. You cannot wake up early. Then you go say, I'm going to learn. Let's go. Gradually and slowly, that person is building up. You are getting somebody along. And the other thing that you also must also get how you can also work on yourself as well. That's why I say that eat well, exercise, and don't take all the burden on you. Also delegate. Others also help if your friend will open up. And then you share the idea with your HOD as well. If he want to, because you need to seek his permission or her permission before you let out those information. And then the third one, I think the acting vice has talked about that. Now there's career guidance counseling actually going on campus. So you get there, and then I think after the meeting, you can get in touch with the moderator of the session, and they can help you how you can identify them. And then maybe for all you know, maybe I think from this student, I think what we could do is that maybe we need to be more aggressive with our advertisement on the career and guidance. I remember years ago, it was on the quiet. I think in this day and age, we need to be more outgoing to help the students. Because these days, they don't read, students don't like reading much. And that's another situation that I think we need to work on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. So please, I have a question, and my question goes, after every semester or a long vac, students go for industrial attachment. In this case, some students do not take the attachment serious, focusing on other things like their phones. What are some of the things such students are losing, and what are some of the things the serious ones benefits?
Good. So let me start with the serious one. The serious one benefit from the fact that they can be retained. When you go for an attachment, I remember I had an attachment at the former Accra Bureau Company. And based upon how we conducted ourselves, initially they told us that they will not give us money. We said, okay, no problem. We were there punctual, doing all that, committed ourselves. Then at the end of the day, they had no option but to give us something to reward us. So what a person is benefiting when you are serious, you get some reward. You get like a recommendation that if you want to come there, they can recommend you to another company. Okay, and the student serious is benefiting from the skills that you are getting. Okay, the skills, and also that you are benefiting. Then the person who is not serious on your phone, you miss out on the skills that you're supposed to get. Okay, and if you are supposed to write a report after every attachment and you go back there, you want information, you miss out. They will not be serious. They will tell that they were noticing things. You don't come on time. When you come there, your phone is your friend, and you are wasting so much time. So you miss out on that. And like I said, recommendation is key. But if that is on your CV, that I had an attachment, and let's say maybe I did an attachment at the library at ATU. So they're in charge there. Since on my CV, they will call. I remember sometimes we get calls from companies or institutions that want to employ certain of our students. They will call us. So if such a student was not good enough, was not serious, well, because our experience is also on the line, when they call us, they say, well, this student always is on the phone, is not serious. And when we say that, what will happen? You may not get an appointment. We may say, oh, this lecturer, this teacher does not like me. No, our reputation is also on the line. I must let you know. Because if you don't write good information about such a person, that person, his company is also want to establish it. So if we don't write good factual information, it's more or less like we are destroying his or her company in that regard. So if you're not serious, you miss out on these areas. The skills 1, the reference 2, and 3, the job opportunity that may come your way, and also further studies as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prof. We have a
Yeah.
few questions. Samuel Amoako, I can see your hand is up. Please unmute yourself and then ask your question.
All right, thank you. Am I audible, please?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. My question is, thank you for this one. Is a paid webinar and we are getting it free. We really fortunate for that. Thank you. My
Okay,
question
thank
is
you.
during self-setting and rebuilding, should we take time to evaluate our progress, or after rebuilding or after resetting, then we re-evaluate our progress?
Okay, so Emilia
Thank you.
Ohene Efriye, please ask your question and then kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi. Mine is not a question actually, Madam Moderator. Please, mine is on student participation to programs as it is. You see, currently when you do Zoom, students don't participate. When it's face-to-face, students participate. Because I heard a student talking about career counseling. We had one Monday, and I must be found to tell you that participation was so poor in such a way that you at times don't know what to do to entice students to come for programs. So I think they should also do, in as much as the young man who spoke that very time, Amas Bifan, was so perfect that everything we have to ask. And he gave us a theory of ask. That is what students are lacking. But when you also organize programs, they don't attend. So I think those who are here today should also do their best. After here, they should also tell their friends about what they've learned. And subsequent time when they are coming, they should also invite them to be part of it.
Okay.
Because when they don't hear, when they don't come, they will not even get the feedback that will be interested for them. So I think student participation has also become a little issue now. So that's my worry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That was our Vice Dean. So thank you so much. Student Affairs Vice Dean, thank you so much. Joshua Mauti, your hand was up, or your hand is still up. Please kindly tell us your question.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I wanted to ask, I don't know if I can hear.
Please speak louder.
Okay. So I said thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to ask, as a student, if you are working and you are settling most of your finances.
Joshua, please positioning yourself properly for us. We are having a little feedbacks here, so please do that for us.
Okay, please, can you hear me?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. So I was saying thank you for the opportunity. So I wanted to ask, as a student, if you are working and you're also going to school, like, and you're settling most of your financial issue, like your fees and a lot of things, buying of handout and the rest, it is very difficult because I experienced that it's very difficult studying. So I want to know if time management is really enough, because sometimes you might go to work and when you come to lectures and study and maybe you set your time, maybe the only time you had is to study in the night and the rest. What else can someone do? So that is my question. Yes, please.
Thank you so much. So Prof, please kindly answer our first and then last question for us. Prof. Hello, Prof.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Is it my turn to say the closing remark?
No, please. We want you to answer our first and then last question for us. Professor Helegbe, please.
Not me, Professor Helegbe.
Yes. So please, repeat.
Hello, can you hear me?
Prof, yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. Please, I can hear you.
So, like I was saying, as we are evaluating, everything that is coming on board. So it's like you're having somebody who is having a. Sorry, just a minute.
Yes, Prof.
Oh. Maybe last semester, your progress in attendance in lectures was 80%, and say no, you want to improve upon it. So that's a progress, become 90. Then your participation in class, and also your grades. So you had BBB, then that's not bad. Then you learn that you are getting A. So your progress is also evaluation. You're evaluating to get the area that you are strong in, you are doing very well in, and then you now stand a standard, a benchmark for yourself that next semester, instead of the A's, I'm going to get A plus. That you are building on. I say A plus, and that's the limit of the coursework. I think you can maintain, and then you move on, and that will help you. So evaluating yourself, it includes the progress, and the progress that you have makes you that confidence, and you build up of your future. I think it's not only the failures, I must be honest, that's very important. And then the student participation, I just want to make a comment in there. You know, what the writing of students is saying is very, very real. I had an experience in UDS as well. The top writers and others I've had.
Anytime, yeah. Anytime, yeah.
Deborah, kindly mute yourself. Okay, Prof, you can go ahead.
I get some ice cream for them. Now the turnout was improving and increasing. So what I could do is that, well, in those events, you could get something that will attract the students. As they come, you're able to give them the message and make an impact. So
thank you very much, Prof. Sadly, we will have to bring our program to a close. But before we do, I think I can see one hand, and this particular hand I can't skip. That is my own boss, Dr. Florence Blocky. So, Doc, please, you can go ahead.
Okay. Prof. Legbe, please, thank you very much. You talk about volunteerism. You talk about volunteerism.
Like I said, it's just unfortunate that you have to work and go to school. Okay. So you can't calculate it because there's a minimum criteria attendance. You need to meet that. So what you do is that get a friend that you also study with, and then your finance resources, you can get to the dean of students. If there are issue with there's some financial assistance that they can give, they can see whether when such opportunity come, you can be on board.
Okay, Prof, please, I have a question. You talk about volunteerism, but you realize that these days it's difficult for students to volunteer. Whatever little things they do, they are demanding money from you. What will you say about that?
Yes. That's a tough one. What I say is I try to use the benefits that they will get from such volunteerism. And then in the benefits, I try to highlight what that volunteerism can get them apart from money. And sometimes I try to share real life experiences with them that because of this volunteerism, it earned this person this opportunity. And then we show the real life situation, either ourselves, our life, or those people who have done it before. And then a case in point is Steve Jobs, the man who Apple. There was a time that what he did was there's a course, or they call it calligraphy. And there was a time he just went there to audit. Little did you know that that course helped him to come with the Apple products, how they were able to do their characters. So with these experiences, we share them with them, and how this Steve Jobs, that impacted his life, brought him into the Apple company, and then he had the success. If we link that, because the student want to link the dots. If they realize that that dots it leads to the success, not only money, but the fame and all, I think that's one area I can suggest that you could help the student with, linking the dots, real life situation, and ourselves. I don't know, maybe somebody can also add something to that. I think that will be fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Like I said, sadly, we would have to bring our program to an end. And I think we've all learned a lot. I mean, I think one thing that you can take home is that regardless of opportunities that you have lost, there are still more that abound. Pick up yourself wherever you are and make the most out of whatever opportunities that lies ahead. It is going to be a tough job because, like Prof said, it's active, it's not passive. You have to put in effort. But the good news is that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. There's always reward for hard work. Thank you so much, Professor Gideon Kofi Helegbe, for such an insightful and informative discussion. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. To give us the closing remark will be our very own Vice Chancellor, Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Amevi Akapovi.
Hello. Please, good afternoon. And thank you, distinguished guest faculty members, for staying on with this 16th webinar series and listening to this insightful and very enriching webinar. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to each of you for your library for setting up the platform for this collaborative and academic discourse. And today, especially, I would like to share my heartfelt gratitude with Professor Gideon Helegbe, who has led the discussion and provided powerful conversation on many topics, among which I could pick a few, like the preparedness to embrace, opportunities, the issues of perseverance, for instance, rebuilding opportunities in our academic journey. I must say, in total, that today we have explored critical themes like embracing opportunities, harnessing them effectively, resetting through proper planning and perseverance, and rebuilding through strength identification, peer mentoring, and practical wisdom. This is a way to summarize many things many wisdom that Prof has shared with us today. The insights shared here today have reminded us that lost opportunities are repositioning ourselves for success. Personally, I would like to share additionally to all this information the fact that the university reserves a lot of opportunities for students. Looking at our current trends and things that we are doing, these are platforms to reshare a few of them with you. We have encouraged, and a number of our faculties are developing extra training, to support some of the program. For instance, you can be in cybersecurity and go for short course training and be certified by top companies in the world. You can go on on some of the competition. ATU is bringing competition this year, and these competitions is about scale. So if you're a winner of this competition, you are going to be connected to an industry or a company that can provide internship and even job possibly. There are opportunities of internships and hands-on experience that we keep enriching through the multiple memorandum of understandings that we are signing. We should explore the opportunities. Recently, we have had collaborative projects with other countries. Students benefited from fund and sponsorship to go to UK, Germany, have collaborative project with them that ended very well. As I'm speaking, a group of people are being put together to travel to Germany to embrace job opportunity after completing their higher national diploma in mechanical engineering and electrical engineering. So there is always a way to what's seen first. Absolutely. Prof, I do not forget about your last submission on the story of the ants, that we need to mind our business. And when you mind your business, you identify your personal strengths and you can leverage on them to progress. When you watch others, you go into something that is not yours, you come back with bitterness and suffering. So let's mind our business and be brave. Let this session be a wake-up call to all of us to take control of our academic and professional activities. The tools and strategies that have been shared today should not end here. Let's put them into practice. Let's engage in continuous learning, and let's build meaningful connections with industries and others. Most importantly, we should take hold of steps towards our aspirations. So once again, I want to thank you all for being here, and keep striving, keep learning, and keep moving forward. We look forward to seeing you in our future webinars, probably on another topic, very interesting again. So stay inspired and take necessary action to rebuild your academic journey. I want to wish you safe journey and best wishes ahead. May God be with you. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Prof. We really appreciate your time. At this point, we'll call Dr. Florence Plucky to give us the vote of thanks.
Hello, everyone. Please, thank you very much. Prof have already given us the vote of thanks. Let's say that we are really grateful for management, ATU management, Akwa University management, for this opportunity. Without them, this opportunity would not have come live. And so we are grateful to them. We are very grateful to them. We also thank the Vice Chancellor for taking time out of his busy schedule to stay with us throughout this webinar. We've spent so far about 1.5 hours. He's been online with us. Prof, we really appreciate that. Professor Hellegbe, I don't know what to say. I say a big thank you for your time. I know even today, for the past week, you are busy going up and down, but you decided to vote this afternoon for us. You told me indeed today you were on rounds, but then you'll find time to join us. And indeed, you've been able to do that. Thank you so much for your volunteerism to be able to share this wisdom with us, not only ATU, a lot number of students from all other institutions. At a point, we were 100 participants. We say we are very grateful. And there are other dignitaries online too. Some of them at least want to mention their name. I saw Mrs. Hellegbe online, the Dean of, Vice Dean of Students from ATU. I also saw the Dean of Engineering and many other people that I may not be able to mention. We appreciate you all for always joining our webinar series. The next webinar series will be the 17th webinar series, which we are preparing, and it will come on next month, God willing. I pray that when you see the adverts, we all join. But to say Aiko to all of you, and let's take this wisdom, not just to hear and for hearing's sake, but let's apply them to our life and let's prosper. And remember what God, Prof said, and the God factor. That is also very, very important. Thank you all for joining. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.
But before we leave, I've seen a lot of questions being asked as to whether the recordings will be shared. It will be shared. It would also be uploaded on the ATU Library channel, ATU Library channel on YouTube. You can have access to the full video. Give about 2 days time, it will be uploaded so that you can have access to it. Again, this webinar series is part of our second Library Week celebration, which is made possible by the financial support from ATU, the management, Prof being the lead. We are, like Dr. Clocky said, we so much appreciate the efforts and the help we obtained from him and then his team. Tomorrow we'll be having creative art fun event at the forefront of the auditorium, and we're encouraging every student to come and then have a look at artistic skills displayed from various departments. We would love to see each and everyone present, and even your friends at home. Please come and be part of the event. Thank you so much, all participants, Prof, the two professors who have joined. We really appreciate your presence. Thank you very much. And bye-bye from ATU Live. Thank you.
First time,